Hello everybody, or should I say Pokemon, hello everybody. I'm sure that nobody has used that joke before. That is clearly a joke on its own. And anyways, welcome back to part 2 of the Pokemon Rijon Adventures Wedlocke. When we last left off, we had obtained Anthony the Squirtle, our very first Pokemon. And I'm pretty sure we got Pokeballs. 20! I didn't know you got 20 Pokeballs! Okay! Either way, let's go ahead into the Merson Cave, as I said we would, and attempt at getting our first Pokemon. Now then, before I get into my Pokemon, yeah, I know I spent like 6 minutes in the last episode explaining, or horribly failing at explaining, the rules of the Wedlocke, but I'm gonna just take this one step at a time. When it comes to catching Pokemon in a Wedlocke, like in a Nuzlocke, it has to be the first Pokemon I encounter. But because of Dupe's Claws, for example, I've only got a Squirtle so far, so if I ran into a Squirtle, which I won't, the Dupe's Claws would activate and I could get the next Pokemon I find. Or, since this is a Wedlocke, Gender Clause is activated. So, for example, if I found a male, since my Squirtle is male, I would not count that first male Pokemon as my encounter, and I would go until I find the first female Pokemon. Now, as I said last episode, I did do a tiny test run where I got 2 Pokemon, and some things I know. 1, I really hope my first encounter is not an Abra. 2, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I know up ahead there is a trainer with a Pikachu, and it's not going to be good. But anyways, let's try to find our first encounter, our partner for Anthony. Please be male. Yes! Yes! I got so scared when I saw there was an Abra, but thank goodness it's a male, I don't have to count it. Oh, that would have been so just... And it was even faster than Anthony. Then again, Anthony is a turtle, but still. Oh, jeez. There's one specific Pokemon here I'm looking for. And if I get that, I will be so happy. I was hoping it'd be a female one. Yeah, Vulpix is the one I want. I'm really hoping to get a Vulpix. But can't escape. Which tail did it whip me with? Or was its attack multiplied by 6 because 6 tails and blah 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 blah. I should try fighting instead of running from a battle I can't escape. By the way, something I just burn, really? Ooh, burn! Something I can't help but notice that I just thought of. I mean, I thought of that when I just noticed Vulpix using Tail Whip to lower my defense, and then Ember, which is a special attack, and did pretty much nothing. I can't help but notice. Like, it's probably to, like, help the rest of the team in this sense, but why do rock types use Mud Sport to weaken electricity powers if they can't even be hurt by it? I mean, I don't think there's been like a pure rock-type Pokemon. I am probably wrong about that, but I just don't think there's been a pure water-type. Now then, I don't have a burn heal, so... Actually, I probably didn't need to use that potion. But still, I've already been interrupted from my quest to find Anthony's partner. I probably have to go all the way back to my father to heal my Pokemon now, don't I? I don't remember. In all honesty, that last episode was recorded 2 months ago. I'm not gonna lie about that. That was like 2 months ago. I don't remember anything that has happened. Is this my home? Indeed it is. I remember some things, but yeah, that last one was like 2 months ago, which is why I didn't really get into explaining what the heck the thumbnail was. Essentially how that thumbnail is going to work is that every episode it is going to have updated to what the Pokemon team was like at the beginning of the episode, which was why last episode was pretty much entirely blank, because I hadn't gotten any Pokemon at the beginning of the last episode. Can we finally find Anthony's partner? Please, I want Anthony to not be alone anymore. I'm sorry I asked for Anthony's partner. Well, Anthony, it looks like you're gonna be paired with a Paris. Hey, you know what they say, Paris, the city of love. Oh, but jeez. That's what I get for being impatient. Oh, I apologize for the mouse cursor. I meant to take that off screen. I didn't even notice it was there. I almost said, let's hope this doesn't crit, but I realized that every time anybody ever says, let's hope this doesn't crit, it always crits. Well, I guess I don't really have a choice but to catch a Paris, because to my knowledge I can't get another new Pokemon for quite some time. Well, I got a Paris! Anthony, what do you think of your new girlfriend? Or partner, or whatever? I personally think you're going to get along just fine. The mushrooms on its back, or are valued for their life-extending properties. Really, it looks kind of like they're overtaking his body. Given a name to capture Paris, I kind of have to. Let's see, I would name it Paris, like the city, but I can't really do that because I don't really think it's like an actual name, because I told you before I was going with a naming theme of like real names. Or, as an example, like, names of, like, anime characters or video game characters, because those are technically their names, right? What to name you? I don't know why, but for some reason I am feeling Julia as a name. So let's do that. We're naming our Paris Julia. Okay? And as I did with Anthony, let's go ahead and check. Oh, Julia has, I assume that is a tiny mushroom. Oh, big mushroom. Okay. Jolly nature. It's very happy to have finally been wanted by somebody. To have finally been wanted, even though I don't want it. It is very jolly and happy that it is finally accepted. And all it knows is Scratch. Well, time to get into what I explained in the last episode, but didn't really get too much into, which was, going to be, I would only use the speed-up option during on-screen, like, super training, which is what I'm going to have to do, pretty much, because, I know for a fact Anthony will not stand a chance against that trainer that has a Pikachu coming up rather soon. Because at one point, my first time attempting to play this game, didn't get to the first gym. I started with, I believe it was Squirtle. Squirtle is probably my favorite Kanto starter. And so, I whited out 3 times to that trainer, and it wasn't even a Nuzlocke, so... Yeah, now to explain what I meant by only using the speed up button. For those of you that don't know, on an emulator like this, the speed up button is space. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use this speed up button to attempt at training up Julia and Anthony. You can tell the music just sped up, and look how fast I'm moving. And essentially what I'm going to be doing is just commentating over these Pokemon battles. Julia, you can't even take out a Paris. I probably should have bought some potions. I just realized I would have settled for a Clefairy over this thing. Speaking of potions, I am going to go heal up and buy some potions, because this is going to be too long and annoying otherwise. I don't know why, but I get the feeling these training sessions are going to get very old very quickly because I don't really have much to talk about during them. This is already getting old. Already getting very old. Then again, it is literally just on-screen training. I really don't want Julia to go against Evolpix. Why couldn't I have gotten you? I had one of you in my... Can't really even call it a test run, so why can't I have one of you now? Well, Anthony grew to level 7 and learned Bubble, so that should be decently useful, I suppose. Julia, I don't want you to fight that thing. Bubble! I would say get soap in its eyes, but it doesn't have any eyes to get soap in. Oh well. I just realized I once again forgot to get potions. Abra is... I mean, I probably just have slow Pokemon, but Abra is faster than I would expect. Okay, when doing this, I'm not going to hold down the space button. Well, I can't get potions. Did I spend all my money on Pokeballs or something? Because as I said before, like 3 times, the first part was recorded like 2 months ago, so I don't even remember. I don't remember anything I did. I didn't even review the footage. Okay, so that's kind of a lie. I did review the footage a little bit. Julia, will you finally be able to defeat something? Yay! Julia was finally able to delete... I guess the word delete works as well. I said delete something for some reason. Either way, stop healing yourself. You are not important. Oh crap. Okay, I was about to say, I hit that button by mistake. I would have been so unhappy if that thing would have like killed Anthony. I would have been so upset. Because let's face it, Julia would not survive a day on this team without Anthony. And we might have to go a few days without another Pokemon, because the Merson Cave is definitely a long cave, to my knowledge. And, yeah, there's quite a few trainers. Get out of here, Abra. Why say I can't run if it's just going to teleport away anyways? Okay, this is definitely going to start getting old, followed by Abras. I mean, hey, at least I got my request of... At least I got my freaking request of not my first encounter being an Abra. I mean, then again, it might have been a little bit easier to train than a freaking Paris. It might be more useful than Paris, because now, whenever I use Anthony and I need to switch, I can only send in Julia. Because Julia is the partner. Why am I finding so many Abra? I would have expected these things to be a little bit rare. And I apologize if this is already getting very old for you. But, I'm kind of scared to go on. Like, why are there so many Abra? Jeez! I didn't know Abra were so very plentiful. Because normally they're rather rare. Stop growling at me. I get that your voice is very adorable, but... I mean, seriously, it kind of hurts. And it hurts to hear all that bad voice acting that doesn't exist because it's probably a computer-generated voice hurting my ears. I'm horrible at singing, but... yeah. I don't know why, but whenever I'm out of things to talk about, or I mess up talking, I always go to fart noises. It's the most classic form of humor. The entire joke industry is made of fart jokes. I mean, clearly. I mean, how do you think so many people have gotten famous? I mean, obviously, they simply told a fart joke in kindergarten. I mean, that's how many famous comedians have gotten their livings. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Then again, I rarely do. Yeah, this is definitely starting to get old really quickly. Wow, that did more than No! Julia! We already had our first death of the entire series. Wow, so if you don't know how a Nuzlocke works, if a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead and can never be used again, and must be released. If I already lose because of that, I don't think there's a PC I can deposit this in the post office. Nope. No, I don't think there's any PC I can deposit you in anywhere. There's always a tiny chance. No, I can't even get to there. How are these books? How am I unable to step over books? Well, that kind of sucks, because now I'm not going to be able to get anything else for a while. And of course, I kind of have to heal up and then super train Anthony to not get one-shot by a Pikachu. This does not mean Julia is back in business at all. I can't use Julia anymore. Julia is still dead. We just freaking took her to the infirmary hoping she could get better from an illness that she will never be revived from, which is death. Because clearly there's no way to revive the dead. Yet. I hear they've technically done that with dogs. I don't know. Either way, back to training Anthony. Anthony, I am sorry to say, but Julia was so happy to finally be accepted as a Pokemon. But then she just died. She died a little inside when I kept saying I hated her. But then she actually freaking died. And against a Zubat. You see why I didn't want a Paris now. I mean, I repeat what I've already said, but at least I did not get an Abra. Well, actually, I probably would have been happier with an Abra, and would have been least likely to die, but it would have taken even longer to train, and even more of a pain for you guys to watch train. I think I'm going to try getting Anthony to maybe level 13 before we continue. That might be saying a lot, especially since the speed up button isn't too fast currently. There might be a way to toggle it, but I don't know. I kind of like it being not too fast. But yeah, this kind of is awful because Anthony is once again just all alone. Poor Anthony! And I made such a big deal in the first episode about how he wanted to find a partner throughout this adventure. And yet he's all alone. He just witnessed his loved one die against the weakest of them all. And he didn't really care because Paris kind of sucks. I mean, he's very serious about this. He's very serious about finding the right person. And clearly Paris wasn't the right person whatsoever, because Paris, if I remember correctly, is like 8 times weak to fire. And I mean, whilst Anthy would clearly be able to protect her, fire types being the main thing that he can handle, I mean, it would get annoying defending her for so long. I mean, I'm just saying, I sort of understand why you hated her, Anthony. I'm kind of nervous about going into this fight. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I was, though, because that was kind of easy. And for those of you who are already getting bored of this, even though I feel like I've been overly humorous, more humorous than you would ever deserve in, like, 5T music videos of Pokemansness. I mean, clearly, me holding down the spacebar and mashing buttons for who knows how long, I can't even look at my recording device. He's getting bored. Abra! Why are there so many of you, Abra? I don't see how it's possible I didn't get one of you. Though I still am thankful, because that would have just been... You should be thankful about that too, because that would have taken so long to train up. Because it literally learns nothing until it evolves at level 16. I mean, I guess there's TMs that it can learn, but don't tell me I got cute charmed. I got cute charmed, crap. Yes, Anthony, be serious. Be serious about this, Anthony. I mean, she's not the one for you. We went on about how her voice is annoying. Or how her computer-generated voice is so annoying. I mean, she's that high-pitched... She's that one really hyper-high-pitched girl in everybody's school that really nobody really likes, and they just hang around her because she makes them. Or am I just thinking of some really weird YouTube series I watched? I have absolutely no idea. I always found male Clefairies to be very hilarious. I don't know why, but I just find them funny to think about. I'm very nervous. I know I've already said this like 5 times. But I know for a fact there's a fight with a trainer using a Pikachu coming up. And I have had some trouble with that fight in the past, so it's very nerve-wracking. I think instead of level 13, we're going to go level 14, just a little bit higher. For this being a cave, Geodude seemed to be rather rare. Why couldn't I have gotten a Vulpix? I feel like a fire and water type pairing would be an amazing pairing. Not a Paris pairing. I mean, a Paris pairing is a horrible pairing. Any pairing involving a Paris is a horrible Paris pairing. Paris pairing. Try saying Paris pairing like 5 times fast, or maybe 20,000 times fast, without breathing. I mean, it's a very difficult task, I must say. It's extremely difficult to say it 20,000 times fast without saying. Without saying? I mean, I would assume it'd be even more difficult to do it without saying, but without breathing, yes, indeed, that's a very difficult task to complete. Clefairy, I understand you are angry that you were not chosen to be Squirtle's partner, but I mean to be Anthony's partner. But I mean, come on, he's very serious about this. I mean, he doesn't want to go with anybody who is unqualified to be his partner. I mean, seriously, he's far too serious. Try to learn Water Gun? Yes, I am going to learn Water Gun. I think it's probably best to get rid of Withdraw for this. And how convenient! Right when we run out of uses of Bubble, we get a new water attack. Excellent. Either way, we need to grow one more level, as I said. I love how right when I start saying Geodude must be rare for a cave, I start finding them a little more commonly. And by a little more commonly, I mean I found 2 since then, which was like, what, 2 minutes ago? At least I'm getting more experience for this. So we're already like halfway to another level. We're almost through! You don't have to hear my annoying... Actually, technically, you don't need to hear my annoying babbling anyways. You can just mute the video. Either way, my voice is like an angel's. There's nothing annoying about my voice. I mean, clearly. I can finally train on Abras. Excellent. Abra, this is for how much pain you've put me through for having to just constantly run away from fights or be told you won't let me run away only for yourself to run away. Well, Anthony's now level 14, and I believe it's safe to assume that by the end of this episode, he is probably going to be a Wartortle. So, I believe we're going to be ready to start tackling the Mason Cave soon, or Merson Cave. So yeah, I'm going to see how long we've been recording for. Wow, we've got like 8 minutes left until we reach the 30-minute mark. I'm going to still use this speed up button until we get back to the Merson Cave. And the worst part is I can't buy any repels. Who knows, maybe he won't be 2 levels in 8 minutes. Anyways, now that we're back, done using the speed up button. I do have the running shoes though. I could have used that to go even faster, I guess. I don't know why. But I'm really getting the feeling there's like a hidden item around here somewhere. What do you want, Zubat? Nobody wants you! Well, actually, I admit, I mentioned my Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke in the last episode that is not going to be on YouTube. I actually used a Zubat in that, and I'm kind of glad I did, even though it's Pokemon Yellow and not too good. Zubat proved to be decent. You new to this whole exploring thing? Well, not really. I've conquered, like, almost every single Pokemon region. Then again, this is my first adventure on YouTube. Don't quote me on that. My point is that I am truly better than everybody when it comes to, taking down top percentage Iron Raticates. Just call me Porky Pig. Clearly, I mean, I'm clearly able to defeat Raticates, even when they're top percentage, and I just said Raticate. Oh, this man truly knows his style, going with so many top percentage Rattata. Though you should know that they lose their power when they become Raticates, even though I also used Eradicate in my Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke. Something about the Nuzlocke and Wedlocke runs, or any lock challenge in general that I enjoy, is just that it forces you to use Pokemon that you've never used before, causing you to go like outside of your comfort zone for Pokemon. Because I'm pretty sure my current team in like that yellow Nuzlocke, sorry to get totally off topic, but I'm pretty sure my current team in that yellow Nuzlocke is a Magneton, a Nidoking, Eradicate, a Golbat. There are two more, but I can't remember. What were they? Oh well, I'm sure they'll come to my mind later on. Either way. I think I just gave a berry. Stop talking to me, Arvin! I think that was your name. I don't even know your name! Stop talking to me. What berry did you give me? Oranberry. That will prove very useful. Thank you, because I can't get any potions. I never thought I would thank you. I'm pretty sure that is the girl with Pikachu. I'm going to battle her anyways. Our eyes met, so I challenge you! I know I'm going to regret this. Last Leslie. Try saying that 5,000 times fast without breathing. Pikachu. Level 5, level 14. Let's do this thing! I know water's not very effective, but it's a decent move and I got stabbed. I don't know what I was afraid of. I mean, I guess it's kind of like that thing where you're so used to, like, training up a ton before you fight, like, the very first gym, and you think it's going to be really difficult when you're not trained that much. And then, like, you try to take it on, and it's, like, not even that difficult at all. I mean, I guess you probably don't understand what I'm saying. Like, I started, like, doing this chain play run of Pokemon Leaf Green, and, like, for the first gym, it, like, wasn't my turn, but I was, like, spectating the player. And, I mean, of course, it was Brock, and they used, like, a Mankey. So it was clearly they were going to win using a Mankey against Brock from the start. But it was, like, normally, if I use a Mankey against Brock, it's, like, level 16 or something like that. But, like, this one was, like, level 10 or something. So I was like, oh, you're not going to win. Brock is going to destroy you. More like she destroyed Brock. That Mankey never even fainted, and it, like, two-shot everything. Actually, I'm pretty sure it one-shot the Onix, two-shot the Geodude. My hidden item sense is very much tingling, but I don't want to check. I have been tricked! Why must you protect this item, random level 2 Zubat? Who would appoint a level 2 Zubat to guard an item? I mean, clearly, it is a very useless creature. With no use whatsoever. Moonstone! If I would have caught a Clefairy, I could have a Clefable by now. I would actually be rather fond of Clefairy. I don't know about Anthony. He's very serious about finding a partner. Hey look, it's that weird thing with a clown nose. It's just so weird to picture a Diglett with a clown nose, though. Just like, it's just this like perfect cylinder hot dog looking thing. It's like somebody tried planting a hot dog tree, but instead it mutated and grew eyes and a really weird, like extremely huge, like protruding clown nose. It's just kind of strange to think about. Try putting this mental image into your head while looking at this. A hot dog planted into the ground with a ginormous clown nose. Oh, I forgot the thing had a freaking arena trap. Arena trap has caused me so much pain in my days. But now you will be destroyed because I over-leveled too much. Because I thought things would be difficult against that Pikachu. Maybe I should have checked to see if that store had repels last episode. I mean, then again, I never really have been one supporting the use of repels. I don't know why I suddenly just went silent there, but a thought entered my mind. Level 15. Have you met my adorable Pokemon? I don't want to meet your adorable Pokemon. I mean, Brock from the anime would probably love to, because as he said in the episode Bye Bye Butterfree, when two trainers' Pokemon fall in love, their trainers will fall in love as well! But I don't want, besides, our Pokemon could never be. It breaks the rules of the Wedlocke for me to have that, I'm not going to lie. Besides, I don't want to be like Team Rocket, even though they wear super cool uniforms. And everybody knows that black is slimming. I mean, clearly. I don't want to be a thief. I mean, even though Officer Jenny... I mean, Brock would probably turn to a life of crime just to always meet an Officer Jenny. I mean, clearly. I don't see why they've never been put into the games. If I could move to get this rare candy, alright. So if worse comes to worse, I could always choose to have a rare candy by my side, not by my side, in my bag, for if I ever wanted to just get that one last level on Anthony before we end things off. Actually, you know, I don't even think I'm going to use that rare candy. I think I am, just before we end this off, going to train Anthony up to a war turtle. He's going to be a war turtle before he has a lasting partner in this Wedlock. I feel so bad for him. And by the way, this is not a new route. We're still in the Merson Cave, so I can't get a new Pokemon here. I really feel like there should be an item right there. But there is a Pokemon Center, which means we can say our final goodbyes to the dead corpse of Julia, which we've been dragging through a cave so we can get to the proper burial. It's kind of dark to think about. We've just been dragging a corpse of a dead, useless bug through a cave, just so we can try to give it a proper funeral. Julia, I'm not going to lie, you kind of sucked. I mean, Julia, it was a little bit saddening to see you go, but really I had a lack of emotion when I said no. I'm not going to lie. You only made it like 2 levels. And you only ever defeated 1 Pokemon on your own. I understand how happy you must have been to finally be accepted by a trainer. But I'm sorry to say both the trainer and your partner thought you sucked. And after those words, say hello to Heatran for me in the underworlds. I am a jerk! I just realized I essentially told Paris that she was... Wow. Poor Julia. You're not a trainer? Oh, Jan's assistant. I know what a Pokemon Center is. I was just inside of it. I just accidentally talked to him again, didn't I? I might as well go ahead and heal up. I'm pretty sure I'm still out of power points. I think I didn't use it. You know, I barely took any damage. I'm going to heal up. It's probably been like close to the 8 minutes anyway. It's possibly over. I'm not checking the camera. So then, might as well go ahead and not speeding up because this isn't technically grinding. Might as well go ahead, train up that extra level on... that 1 extra level on Anthony. And then we might as well end off the episode. But I just feel so horrible. Poor Anthony. And it's especially upsetting because, like, I can't get a new Pokemon here because it's technically still the Merson Cave, and even though there's just so many new Pokemon. And by that I mean I've encountered 1 new Pokemon. It's a Bellsprout. I mean, this thing just looks like it wants a kiss. Or as Anthony would say, it looks like it wants it right in the kisser. Oh, either way. Super effective? I say super lame. Either way, I can snap you like a twig, even though you are literally especially since you are literally a twig. I'm pretty sure this is a berry. A pineapple berry. I don't know what that does, and I don't really care. Oh no! This wild pigeon is upset that I stole its food! And now I will steal its life. Die! Death by soap into the eyes. Indeed, that is a very painful way to go. You ever had bubbles in the eyes? It hurts. It really hurts. Because they're made of soap. I mean, clearly, they're soap. Bubbles of soap sting when they go into the eyes. But Anthony is amazing. There's no way he would get hurt by bubbles. Especially since he is the one producing the bubbles. He has soap and he don't judge him. He simply ate a bar of soap as a child. Therefore, he is able to produce bubbles from his mouth. Actually, that looked more like it came out of his hand. No way, he's a Super Saiyan. Except instead of... I mean, you just can't tell because he has no hair to go spiky. And also, he, instead of firing out Kamehameha waves, he fires out bubbles! I'm not going to lie, I've never seen Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai, any of the Dragon Ball things. I've never seen it at all. But you know, I can still make references because I've heard of stuff. This is taking longer than I expected. Then again, I did sort of overtrain. Either way, I will not continue on until the next episode. But we will witness an evolution in episode 2. Otherwise, my name is not Eugene Fitzherbert. Which, luckily, it isn't. I'm sure most of you already got that reference. Curse you, I've got sand in my eyes, so I can't put bubbles in your eyes. That's a horrible thing. Since I have sand in my own eyes, I can't put bubbles in yours. I know, I'll try washing it off with some water. Oh crap, I didn't hit anything with that. Sand attack, OP! It hit me with like 2 sand attack now, but still, that was like 1 sand attack, and I've missed everything since. Finally! Finally you can die. Finally, I have access to a nearby Pokemon Center while I'm healing. Well, while I'm healing? No, while I'm training. I mean, why would I feel the need to be close to a Pokemon Center when I can just heal on my own? Which I really can't. I don't have. Actually, I wonder if that person standing next to the Nurse Joy ripoff in there is sort of a Mart person, because there's no Mart around here. Either way, why could I not have gotten you? You would have been so much better than that horrible Paris. But either way, I suppose fate is fate. Everything happens for a reason. But why did Arceus ever make such a horrible bug type? And I'll admit, some bug types are rather decent and good. Paris, not so much. Paris, just not so much. Either way, after we snap this thing in half like a twig, then we should be... No, Anthony! Oh no. Oh. Run, Anthony, don't die. I should not have gotten cocky. I should not have started saying things. Things are bad to say when trying to do something good. I don't want to lose this in episode 2. Even though we're clearly, quite possibly over the 30-minute mark. I don't care. I will do this. Alright then. We have one final chance. And that one final chance, how we will get victory upon us, is by blinding you with bubbles. Oh no, I've been blinded by sand. Bubbles! I don't know why, but I feel the need whenever I use that just to go, bubbles! Looked a little bit like he was doing Gangnam Style during that. What, just me? Anyways, guys, with that, I'm going to leave you now. And later on, possibly tomorrow, or possibly the day after, I don't know. Either way, in the next installment, we are going to be trudging on further into the Merson Cave. With only a turtle, built for war. Army members have called it the War Turtle, and it's very serious. It's very serious indeed. Either way, I am Total Pokemon, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.